Hi there, this is Marina in the Chef Sparrow. Today I am making goulash. This is a Hungarian meat dish that can be eaten with rice, mashed potatoes, pasta, or just bread, however you like it. So I'm going to make a big batch and I am going to freeze it in portion size containers so we can take it out of the freezer and eat it whenever we want it. The full recipe, step by step, and proportions of the ingredients are listed in the description under this video. But let's do it. So I'm using beef that I cut in pieces like this. You can cut them in smaller pieces or in bigger chunks if you prefer bigger chunks, but these pieces will become a lot smaller once it's cooked. Boiled water, it must be hot. Chopped up onions, a lot of onions. And then sweet paprika, Hungarian style. See? Flour. We're not gonna use all of it, of course. We're just gonna use maybe 2 tablespoons at the most, depending on how much liquid we have left after the meat is cooked. And then kosher flake sea salt. First, we will start with grinding the spices. So for the spices, I already prepared here the paprika, salt, and caraway seeds. Oh man, I had to think about it, what it's called in English. All right, so caraway seeds. I want to break caraway seeds because my husband doesn't like when seeds are whole in this dish. You can use whole seeds if you want, but I'm going to grind them. Everything is ground. Let's start by putting a little bit of oil into the cast iron pot, my favorite, that I always use for cooking. I really like that pot. The way I check if the pot is heated enough for the meat to fry and if the oil is hot enough, what I do is I touch the meat and then I put this into the oil to see if it starts bubbling up or making any hissing sounds. Once it starts doing that, then I know that the oil is ready for meat to be added. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but oil started moving from heating up. Oh yeah, all right. It's ready for the meat. Let's put meat in. Hopefully it doesn't splash too much. Ah, you hear that sound? That will give us a nice brown coat. So we'll wait a little bit, couple minutes on one side, then we'll turn it over and do it on the other side. All right, you see how much liquid we have now? I want to preserve this liquid. Instead of making it and waiting to evaporize, I am going to take it out, put it in the bowl, and then I will add it back after the meat is fried. So once we add all of the ingredients together, then we will cook it at very low heat for about 2 hours. Some people say you can use pressure cooker to cook the beef to make it very tender, but I think by using pressure cooker, yes, it makes the meat very tender, but in my opinion, it's lacking the full flavor that you get when you are slow cooking meat for a couple hours. Same with bouillons. Yes, you can cook bones really fast, but I think it's still lacking that depth of flavor that you get when you are making bouillon or cooking meat for a long time. All right, our meat is, see how it has this beautiful brown coating? Look at that. It's beautiful. All right, now let's add onions and then fry onions until They're almost translucent. I was frying meat on high heat, and now we can switch to medium so we would not burn our onions. Let's look at the onions. See, they are, I don't know if you can see it because of all that steam, but right there, Yes, the onions are ready. Now we are ready to put our juice back in, the one that we saved from when meat was frying. Okay. The juice is back in, and now we will add hot water, hot boiled water. I had it going in advance, and now let's add it. We will add enough hot water to cover all the meat with onions, and I'm using 1.8 liters of hot water. So now that we added water, we will add spices, all of them at once. Give it a good mix. You can also taste for the salt and see if there is enough salt once the meat is done cooking or almost done cooking. You can check for salt and add it more to your likeness. Our goulash is mixed. Now we are going to be patient for 2 hours. We will let it go on the very, very low heat. Let's cover it with the lid, and I cover it and I make sure that no moisture is escaping too much. Okay, so we are 2 hours past, and let's see what it looks like inside. That looks good. Taste it for the salt and see if we need to add any additional salt. Now we are going to mix 2 tablespoons of flour with some water to make it liquidy so I can add it to goulash. But I'm using cold water. If you use hot water, then the flour will become like a glue and you won't be able to do much with it. I mean, it's not cold water, it's just room temperature, but as long as it's not hot. I'll probably use about this much. Okay, so the thickness will be regulated by how much of that liquid we're gonna put into the meat. If you do not have a blender or whatever, you can use a fork, you can use a teacup or any type of other container, put the water in, put the flour in, and then mixing it very well, making sure there are no clumps of flour. And then you will need to drain it, or no, strain it, yes, strain it before you put it into the meat. I like using this magic bullet because this way there will be no clumps of the flour left. So let's do this. So now the most important moment, and I will need 2 hands for this, because with one hand I'll be pouring in a very thin flow this liquid into the meat, and with my other hand I will need to mix it very well so it does not have clumps. I'll show you what it looks like after it's all done. I wish I had like 4 hands. That would be awesome, but I still have only 2. I ended up using the whole liquid with the flour, and this is the color that this goulash is now. Oh, and also I did not end up adding additional salt. So for 1.8 liters of water, I used 4 teaspoons of kosher coarse ground salt. Now we just need to wait for goulash to start boiling. And as soon as it starts boiling, I am going to turn it off. It's still on super low heat, and I want to make sure there are no clumps. As it cools off a little bit, it will thicken more. So right now is the desired thickness that I like. You can add more, you can make it thicker or thinner to your liking. This is all subjective and it's all to the taste. That's what makes it fun, right? You can experiment in the kitchen without being afraid of messing up something, because either way it will be so good. So this is beautiful and it smells so good. I can't wait to have it for dinner with mashed potatoes. That's it. Goulash is done. I hope you make it and I hope you like it too, because my family loves it and all of my friends who tried it, they love it too. All right, so I am going to have this goulash with mashed potatoes. It's so yummy. Thanks for watching and thanks for cooking with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.